I am headed out to the first car show of the year in Hays, Kansas, actually Rush Center, Kansas, but I'm staying overnight in Hays. It's exceedingly windy today. In fact, if I had to pick a day to go on a car trip, it wouldn't be this one. No real precipitation planned, but 50, 60 mile an hour wind. So we'll see how that affects my trip. But I am headed off to my favorite car show in Kansas, known as Rush Center. See you there.
During the trip out to Kansas, there was a very rare violent dust storm, windstorm, that actually shut down part of I-70 going west, and actually both sides of the interstate. It occurred after I had driven through the area, which was between Goodland, Kansas and Colby, Kansas. But a club member from my automobile club that went to the show with us was right there immediately prior to the windstorm, and the interstate was closed right behind him. There were many fatalities, and about 70 some cars were involved in a pileup. It was quite dangerous to be driving at the time. While there were high winds when I was driving, nothing like that. I didn't see much soil or much dirt. I can only postulate how much wind would be required to lift the soil out of the farmland, but it was an enormous windstorm that piled up the interstate. And in fact, it affected my route back to home. The interstate was closed 24 hours after the event occurred, and so I had to divert and go to another place on the way back. So it was quite an eventful trip. Here I am at Rush Center. I'm going to help cut the potatoes. Yes, the apocalypse of a storm is headed this way. I hope not. But anyway, this is the township hall, and I'm going to help cut potatoes for the Irish stew.
She's already got carrots. They're gonna hit somebody like they I don't know, because I'm checking the weather, making sure there's no. Okay, there you go.
We are done cutting vegetables, and they are prepping the township center for tomorrow.
Ready to go do that. We'll just do it. No. Thank you.
Well, Hays, Kansas, we missed any bad storms, but that looks like a lot. I washed my car, but no way to know if it'll stay clean in this wind or if we get any more precipitation. This is Kansas. I don't suggest you live here if you don't have a garage. But the show's tomorrow. See you there. Well, I'm at the Super 8. I generally like their rooms. They're clean and not too expensive. Looks like I'm going to be listening to some wind all night, because it is pretty windy, but at least I can keep an eye on my car and see how the weather looks. But getting ready for the show tomorrow. Well, I've isolated the wind noise to the air conditioning unit, not the windows. Apparently it's not sealed all that well. Wouldn't be an issue if there wasn't quite a bit of wind. Sounds like the Wuthering Heights movie with the wind going across the moors. It's going to be a difficult evening, maybe. Rush Center Car Show, St. Patrick's Day 2025. A little sparse on the car show entrance, but the show did just start. So we're waiting to see. It's pretty windy and a little chilly, so we'll have to see how many people make it. But I'm here from Colorado. This is the wind we have had all day. It's been like this ever since we got here. But the show's been pretty nice. Got a lot of questions about our cars, and fairly nice show. Got to help with the stew. So that's Rush Center Car Show, St. Patrick's Day.